the insurgents begin to fail at the war front, in order to continue to try to put fear and exaggerate their importance and strength, they look at soft targets, markets, mosques, churches, bus stations, and use radicalized youths to bomb themselves and kill the people. It is an act of desperation, but we are working on it. Government has a very elaborate program de-radicalizing the youth in the Northeast. You see, because the soldiers are killing them in large numbers, they will need new recruits every time, but we are now cutting that line also. So when I tell you that we are going to win the war against Boko Haram, it is not fiction. It is, people say that we don't know what government is doing. How can you know what government is doing on the issue of war? How? 2 days ago, I listened to the Australian Prime Minister who said, or an official from Australia, who said, what we are planning to do for the release of these people is not something I can discuss here. Shortly after that, they shock. You don't discuss warfare on television or pages of newspaper. It is not done. American government pursued Boko Haram and pursued Bin Laden for 10 years. Did you see any article in the paper? Did you see any publication by Obama to say that, oh, we missed him in Pakistan, we are going to catch him in Baghdad? It's not done. Until the result is gotten, nobody talks about security. So people should stop disturbing us that they want to know what we are doing. And I don't know whether those who are saying they want to know what we are doing, whether they are even working for Boko Haram. I want to talk about a very, very touchy issue. The Chibok girls. Every day, most newspapers in Nigeria are putting 249 days, 272 days, 216 days. It is okay. I, personally, I have suffered something similar to that. I have a sister, she's dead now. We were in her house on a Sunday, 7 years ago. The husband, I asked for the husband, since she was having siesta. So they made lunch for us. We ate lunch. He joined us. He then went on his usual Sunday stroll. 7:38. I told my sister, because they live in somewhere here in Ikeja. I used to live in Lekki then. I said, okay, I'm going. He said, okay, no problem. But she said, he normally doesn't take this long. Till today, we have not seen the man. Till today. My sister died early this year. For 10 years, we didn't see the man. So I know what it is when your relation is missing. Yoruba people say that, when we are not animals. For people to think that those who in government are callous, wicked, and evil is not reasonable. We have children. I have 3 lovely daughters. I will collapse here, God forbid, if I hear anything happens to them. So I understand the problem of this of their relatives. It's painful. But we are in a worse situation. In war, anything happens. Killing, kidnapping, raping, but don't make it look as if it's government that is sponsoring this, or that is responsible to this, or that government does not care. It is unfair. It is not true. I listened to a BBC recording. I was in their studio, and they played the recording of an interview with one Mr. and Mrs. Samuel. They spoke in great pain. They condemned the government, and I have nothing against them. If I was in their position, I would say worse things. When they asked them, does the government care about you? He said, I don't know. We have not seen anything from them. We have not heard anything from them. They said, do you have any hope of your child coming back? I said, I don't know. At that point, I was in the studio, but a drop of tear dropped from my eyes. We are not animals in government, and people should stop tormenting us. We love these children. We feel bad that they are missing till today. The number one priority of this president is that more than anything, I'm ready to go to Turkey. That is how committed and how concerned this president is. There are issues here. 220 or 40 children are not people that you can just storm a place and release. In the last 1 year, America has made 3 failed attempts to release hostages, one hostage. In all the attempts, all the hostages have died. Is it my story? It is true. A couple of days ago, you heard what happened in Pakistan. In an attempt to do a rescue, Australia, several children were killed. In Chechnya, some time ago, so many years ago, when 1,000 students were held hostage and they tried to use military force to release them, over 800 of them were killed. This is not what we want. It is better if we get these girls under whatever circumstances. If they have any problem, we can resolve it. If they have any psychological issue, we can employ experts to help us. If they have issues of deprivation, we can assist. We can give support to their mother. But we don't want to bring body bags. If a woman has waited for over 200 days for her daughter to come back, what joy will she get if you bring the girl dead? Our people must be reasonable. We cannot do everything and say, because of politics. Politics is here, not there. Here is Chief Richard Akinjide. He was a member of pre-independence parliament. He was a member of the independence parliament. He was a member of the post-independent parliament and a member of the Second Republic. But here sits our elder. All that has passed. This situation too, which Goodluck Jonathan is president, will also pass. Don't destroy this nation because of hatred for one man. If a man comes from a minority area, is it an offense? If their oil is good enough to provide peace, if their oil is good enough to provide comfort for Nigeria, why is it an abomination that they should sit at the head of the country? Why? We will not rest and we will not have peace until there's equity in this country. The returning of Jonathan in 2015 would have done equity and justice to this nation. Thank you.
Stand up for Goodluck. Get up, stand up. Stand up for Goodluck. Get up, stand up. So give up Goodluck. Ibele is the best. Keep voting Goodluck. He will do the best. Keep voting Goodluck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
stand up.